Hi everyone, and today I will be reviewing and talking about the movie Project Wolf Hunting. Yes, it's a new banger from South Korea, and we all know that South Korea has put out some amazing horror movies and action movies, and yeah, a lot of them are just simply top tier. So we have Project Wolf Hunting from 2022, as I said, from South Korea, directed by Hong Kim, and he is also the writer of this film. So, starring are Seo In Guk, Dong Yong Yang, Yoon So Min, Gui Va Choi, Dong Il Sung, Park Ho San, Yang Yong Nam, Lee Sang Wook, among like so many people. Yeah, it's kind of hard to list them all because there are just so many characters in this one. Yes, and you will understand why. So, Project Wolf Hunting follows these dangerous criminals who are being transported from the Philippines to South Korea on a cargo ship. But they kind of accidentally release this really sinister force after an escape attempt leads to a riot. Yes. So, right away, this movie starts off with a bang, like a literal bang. Yeah, because we first see that some criminals are being attempted and being transported to another location, but they don't make it since someone with a grudge comes and has a bomb and it explodes. So they were like, yeah, that wasn't the best idea. Let's put the next criminals that are being transported on a ship. So nothing bad can happen. Guess what? Bad things happen anyway. Yeah, so then we get on this ship and we're introduced to all of these characters. And we have one really evil, especially evil character that we are introduced to pretty quickly. And he has all of these neck tattoos. Looks kind of cool on him, honestly. But yeah, it makes him really stand out, and we understand he's super evil. And we learn that from, what is done. And then we get introduced, one by one to all of these criminals, because they are being read their kind of criminal report and why they are there. So that was a kind of clever way to introduce them all. So we do get to know them a bit better. And then, we get to know the prison guards and people working on the ship and the staff. But yeah, as I said, a lot of characters are on this ship. And then we also have this kind of subplot that turns into the main plot. I don't really want to spoil it, but it involves a certain really evil character. Yeah. Even more evil than that dude with the neck tattoo. Yeah. So that is really evil. But I know a lot of people have been hearing about how gory and bloody this movie is, and people are, of course asking, is it really that gory, or are people just saying that? But yeah, I mean, it is very gory, and all of you know that I love my gore. So I was so happy. Like, if you love movies or to the gore level of, the sadness and movies like that, you will definitely want to check out Project Wolf Hunting. Because after we're being introduced to the characters, it doesn't take too long until the, prisoners try to escape. They make an escape attempt, and then the movie just starts off with the gore, the blood, the limbs, the everything. And even after the attempt, when that subplot is introduced to us, woof, I mean, it goes from just one gory scene to the next one in a few seconds, and it just keeps on going like that for a really long time. So it is kind of hard to keep track on all of these specifics of all of the gore scenes, because there were just so many. And I was like, wow, that looks amazing. And it looks really amazing. I mean, you could tell they spent a lot of time and effort and money on all of the, to just perfect all of the gore scenes. Because some of them are really drawn out and you're like, oof. And you know, they really hit you. And it's just so good. It is really what I wanted from this movie. Because I knew that I was in for a wild ride before watching this one, and it was really, really good. But it's just, you know, the action, the editing, the tempo is really fast paced and just crazy insane. And it works so well because we're in a chaotic environment. Everything in there is just chaos. Even before, you know, the prisoners want to make an escape, it is chaos. And I feel bad for the people like working there. And yeah, it's not a really nice environment to be in. But then we have these prisoners, and then we have that, you know, other really evil thing waiting. So yeah, it was just mayhem, just like the sadness. It was mayhem, and it gets just gorier and gorier and bloodier and bloodier. And but then we do go into some of the characters' backgrounds more deeper, and we do get kind of an understanding and explanation to a lot of the things, which they kind of tied up really well and made this movie even more interesting to follow. So it's not just, you know, gore, 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 gore shoved down our throats. It also has substance and a good story and subplots, which I really liked. But let me tell you, don't get like too attached to characters in this one, because you will be heartbroken and disappointed. Yeah, so you know, and as I said, there are so many people involved in this one because there is so much gore, so they needed a lot of people who are there just for the gore. But we love that. We do. But yeah, and I do like the cinematography in this one. The colors fit the movie and the tone so well. I think they really did a great job. And the actors, they play their parts really well. They are all very believable. But I will give this one 9 gore bags out of 10 gore bags. But yeah, I can't wait to rewatch this one. And it is a bit long. I can say that. It is a bit long, and it feels a bit long in some areas. Like once a lot of the gore scenes have ended, there is a period where it kind of goes on a bit long with some of the when they dive deeper into some characters, because it's such a cutoff from the gore-filled scenes to these scenes, so it just feels like, you know, major like a dip, and then it kind of just takes a bit too long before it kind of comes up again. But it's not a major issue, not a major distraction, but I can understand why some of you might think that it is a bit too long. So yeah, I will say that. But 9 out of 10 for this gory, fast-paced film from South Korea. Yeah. So if you've seen the movie, please let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the movie, or if you're planning on watching this movie. Yes. So thank you so much for watching. And I will also be putting up 2 new reviews up on my Patreon page. So make sure to support me there if you want to see even more reviews from me. Yes. So thank you, and the links to my Patreon and my podcast on Spotify will be in the description box below. Thank you, and have an amazing weekend, everyone. Bye.